first goal of the match. Leaves it to Ramsey to make it 3-0.
First victory in the Copa or a push to pressure the league leaders. Welcome to the PFF National Training Center for the continuation of the 2022 Copa Paulino Alcantara. This is Jamer de la Cruz alongside my partner Darren Hartman for the first game of Monday doubleheader. It's Mendiola FC 1991 going up against Kaya FC-Iloilo. Darren, what do you make of this match that we have?
Well, of course, there are points to put on the board. The table is slowly taking shape, and Mendiola coming out of that game which really had everyone on the edge of their seats not long ago with that 0-0 against United City makes this game very, very interesting.
They'll be hoping to follow up on that strong performance against the 2020 PFL champions. They held them to a scoreless draw. As we look into the squad as well as the standings for the Copa, United City FC stays at the top of the standings with 8 points, and next to them are their proverbial rivals, Kaya FC-Iloilo with 4, and as you can see, Darren, Mendiola FC 1991 getting that precious point against United City FC.
Well, the two things to take from that is really that Kaya are yet to score more than one goal in a game, which is a little bit surprising considering the amount of quality and talent they have in their squad. But then, of course, with Mendiola are yet to pick up that win. Didn't get the result that they wanted against Maharlika, which was potentially their first 3 points on the board given the circumstances. So they will be going out looking to build on their momentum, build on their last performance against United City, and of course try to climb up that leaderboard.
On the other hand, Kaya FC Iloilo, after a draw against their rivals United City FC, is back on the pitch. They will be playing against Mendiola, and it's a welcoming sign for Kaya FC, knowing that they haven't changed much on their lineups. As we take a look first with Mendiola FC, no changes from the starting lineup that they have fielded against United City FC.
Well, it's the right thing to do, really, if you're Mendiola. Not make any changes, just build on the momentum, just build on the way that the team have been gelling together. I believe that they've played good football from the first game. They just haven't been able to put that together and translate that into a result until they played against that United City team a few days ago.
Right, and with the lineups that we have right here, you will be expecting that Kaya FC will be going guns blazing in this game. As we take a look on their lineup, Jesse Curran makes his start for Kaya FC Iloilo in the 2022 Copa Paulino Alcantara, and it's a great thing to see him in the starting lineup this time, Darren.
Yeah, it's good to see Jesse featuring for the first time in this PFL, and I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Mendiola adjusts to a player that they haven't seen play yet in the Philippines, but he has, of course, featured for the Ascals, and of course he's also featured and played in T1, so they would be able to do their reviewing. And it's a good bench from both teams. Lots of changes can be made to change the games, both attacking and, of course, defensively if needed.
Well, we know you're excited. I am excited. Darren here is excited as well. Sa mga nanonood sa inyong mga tahanan, sana'y mag-enjoy kayo sa laro namin na to. And hopefully, we could bring out some Tagalog as well from Darren in this commentary. But I hope that we have a great match at hand out here. And we will just take a short break. And when we come back, it's Mendiola FC 1991 against Kaya FC Iloilo. So the boys are out on the pitch. Mendiola FC standing strong, looking for that very first win in the 2022 Copa Paulino Alcantara, while Kaya FC-Iloilo looks to get back into winning ways in this match. Formidable side, backed up with Jesse Curran, who will be starting off for this game. As you can take a look, the brave men of Mendiola. Of course, Darren, we saw Michael Asong play the game of his life against UCFC last time around. He was actually the man of the match, and I think he truly deserved that.
Yeah, he was a real hero for his side on that particular game. Pulled out some fantastic saves and leads from example. He's vocal at the back, and he will be asked the same and similar questions today, facing against a Kaya team which has got plenty of firepower up front.
Yep, and on that previous game, Darren, me and Sidelf were talking about how composed Kaya FC is in their matches compared to United City in their last game. Just didn't seem, or it just didn't felt right for United City FC, knowing that they're quite frantic at the back, they're quite frantic in the attack as well. What do you think will be the key for Kaya FC if they want to break this defensive line of Mendiola?
Well, Kaya FC are a squad which has been built upon consistently over the last few seasons, where they're only changing one or two personnel at a time. So in terms of being a cohesive team, Kaya are more patient and they have a little bit more trust in their system, whereas United City are still learning their system and learning about the personnel around them, considering how many changes were made over the last 12 months or so. So for Kaya, they've just got to keep it simple, be patient, and most importantly, convert the opportunities that they create.
We'll be expecting Kaya FC to hold on with the ball and control the possession throughout the match, but we'll also be looking at Mendiola FC 1991 to go for the pressure at the early stages of the match, as they have kickoff out here. Sam Jr. will start the festivities in today's doubleheader, and let's hope that we'll be in for a very exciting match for today. And we are underway with Mendiola FC 1991 sporting their traditional red and white kits, playing from left to right. Early pressure on from Kaya FC. Melissa with a strike, testing Michael Asong at the early moments of the game out here. That was a great effort from Melissa to stay with that deflection and even pull off a shot.
Well, it was great pressure from Kaya, just really showing their intent early in the game, and I think if Melissa had that again, he's probably hitting the target and scoring, and possibly the quickest goal that we've seen in the Alcantara Cup just almost fell to Kaya FC.
What could have been if that was really on target for Melissa, but they still have the pressure on out here. Check that, Mendiola FC got the ball, and now they will run the possession with Jesse Curran. First touches of the ball here at the Copa Paulino Alcantara. That was too strong for G to chase, and that will be out for a throw-in for Mendiola FC 1991. Hamed flicked that to the path of Rota. Here's Kuran now. Intercepted by Hamed Hajimadi, and a counter-attack is on for the men in red and white. Sam Jr. with the ball, looking for Alticha down the right side. Great defending there by Diano and Menzi to spoil the chance for Mendiola. Through pass for Mendy, who has not been quite impactful in the tournament so far. We've been expecting him to fire on all cylinders after coming back here in the Philippines after his stint overseas, but hasn't came through for Kaya FC in their first few matches.
Yeah, it can happen when you're a forward player. Sometimes you just need to build a little bit of confidence in front of goal. He's going through a little bit of a goal drought, but I'm sure that once he finds himself on the scoreboard, he will pick up on confidence and be able to start doing exactly what he's there to do for Kaya, which is convert and put the ball in the back of the net. But it was a great pass that we saw from Jesse Curran there, who managed to put him through down the right-hand side. Hopefully a glimpse of the sort of form that Jesse's in at the moment.
That will be one thing to watch for Kaya FC. Meanwhile, some commotions out here. Sam Jr. on an earlier challenge with Carlisle Mitchell was asking for a foul, clutching his face a little bit, but he's fine. Coach Yu Ashide, quite intense down the touchline. Things are going to get very intense, knowing that Mendiola is chasing for that first win. Zach Banzon goes out of his own box, pressured on by Mendiola. Pressure stays here as Junior and Hamed exchange passes. Great through pass. Shot off target there. Early signs of danger here coming from Mendiola FC 1991.
Yeah, Ashley Flores, the captain for Mendiola, showing a little bit of pace there, getting in behind, and just shows Kaya what they're up against today. I can see one of the biggest tactical changes they've had to make is the adjustment for the missing Askari Kekkonen, who's will be returning to the squad any day now, I believe. But Simone Rota is sitting in the middle. Age and experience, I'm sure he's done it before. And defensively, it gives him a little bit of bulk and a little bit of strength in there.
And Kaya really solidified that backline with the tandem of Simone Rota and Carlisle Mitchell out there. Rota is playing a little bit forward than expected because he has Diano and Menzi in the wings there. But we've seen how formidable they are now after forming that connection that they built since the moment that Rota and Mitchell started playing for Kaya. Here's a free kick though for Mendiola, headed away by Mitchell, only as far as De La Torre. They will take it back. Cristal, who also one of the key figures for Mendiola FC 1991 over the past few games that they have, has been performing really well. One of the underrated players here with Mendiola, knows how to pass the ball and look for the open man. Not this time though, as that goes to Zach Banzon. Fuji taken down there by Hamed. And some sportsmanship out there as he helped him up. Here's Kai again. Joven Bedic over the right side looking for Mendy in the middle. That's ushered away by Alassane Wade, and we'll have our first corner of the game. Horikoshi to take this one. Out swinger, looking for the heads out there. That will just go out for a goal kick. I want to take this opportunity to thank our viewers on all of our social media platforms, on Facebook and on YouTube. One of our viewers out here, Jordan Minta, former player of Kaya FC-Iloilo, watching. I think he's still in Malaysia.
Yeah, and he's in fantastic form at the moment. He's been banging in loads of goals. I've been reviewing his highlight videos over the last few games. Doing very well, Jordan.
He's been unleashed out there in Malaysia, and Kaya FC fans are hoping to, bring him back, just like what they've done with Mendy. But something to hope for the Kaya FC fans. Salilig now on the ball for Mendiola. They'll take it all the way back. Junior missed that. Atiche was on the clear, but he was caught by the offside flag out there.
I tell you what, that just bounced off Sam's right knee there. And if it doesn't touch Sam's knee, Atiche's onside.
Yep.
That is very, very close to being one-on-one.
That was really close for another threat from Mendiola, but they will have to wait for another opportunity to come their way. as Kaya FC Iloilo is swinging the ball from left to right. This is one of the usual things that they're doing every game, staying consistent and just keeping the ball working for them. On the other hand, with Mendiola, in the early proceedings, you would expect that with all of the pressure that they've been getting from Kaya FC Iloilo, they'll be, falling down now. But they're still going for the attack. And here's El Tiche with a touch. And here's a strike off the crossbar. They have another chance with Flores, crowded by two players in yellow out there. Almost a goal scoring opportunity again. But they will have to wait. Hamed through pass. Mendy. And he was blocked by Alasan Wade out there. The referee, Meliton Pelayo, pulls out the yellow card. Our first yellow card of the match for Alasan Wade on that challenge. Let's take a look on that chance from Aaron Altiche. A great pass from Junior. Missed the first touch, but on the second one, hit the crossbar. That's as close as they're going to get in scoring.
That's just one of the difficulties of the style of football that Mendiola are being forced to play against Kaya. They can't really create those overloads high up the pitch. They've got the two targets through Sam and, of course, through their captain as well, but they really don't have a lot of support coming late. The 10s are very far behind the play, so really not a lot of choice there apart from to try to take the opportunity by himself where the angle was difficult.
A lot of action here in the first 10 minutes of the match. As you've seen in the confirmation, Alasan Wade with that yellow card after impending Mendy's path. They thought it was on the clear though.
Well, it could have already been 1-1 in this game. Kaya have had a one-on-one chance and Mendiola have had that chance as well.
Let's see who will actually make the most out of their chances out here. As Kaya will control things from the back. Here's Menzi being pressured on by Sam Jr. Now Horikoshi. Menzi. Horikoshi still with the ball. Now Wade clears only as far as Cristal. Rota against Hajimadi. That will go out for a throw-in. Ahmed missing a red shirt there. Mendy to Jovin. No one up front for Kaya FC on that chance as Michael Lasong will just hold on to that ball. Foul against Mendiola after a challenge on Marvin Santiano. This will be the first of a few games for Kaya FC Iloilo after taking a short break, allowing United City FC to finish all of their matches or all of their first round of matches before they fly over to Thailand for their AFC Champions League campaign. And they'll be hoping to make the most out of their matches out here, considering that United City will be focusing first on their Champions League campaign before going back here in the Philippines. So a chance for Kaya FC to possibly be on first place once United City FC comes back.
Yeah, having the opportunity to speak to representatives of both United City and Kaya. I mean, the one thing is whether they finish first or second or third or fourth, as long as they're in the top four. Because realistically they will have to play each other again, whether it's in the semi-final or the final. Those two teams really do look prepared, and of course with their stints in the Champions League, United City should be coming back a stronger, more cohesive team. So Kaya really need to take all the games that they have between now and the next time they meet as serious as possible.
Exactly. They will be on a huge form once they come back here in the Philippines after playing against the top teams in Asia. But here's Kaya FC, of course, had a fair share of the Champions League last year, and they'll be playing in the AFC Cup by June, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot more continental matches for the Philippine clubs out here.
And it's great that we're seeing all of these clubs getting more exposure. And of course, as the league and the cup competitions grow, I'm sure that other teams will step up and challenge the likes of United City and Kaya. And I mean, in the first 12, 13 minutes of this game, Mendiola have certainly done that. They've stepped up, they're playing good football, they've created a couple of chances, and they're playing themselves and keeping themselves in this game.
Meanwhile, Mendiola FC, as what they've done against United City FC, they've been holding the fort quite decently in the first 10 or 15 minutes of the match. This is what they've done against the league champions, and they're hoping to replicate or even do a better game this time against the cup champions. Fuji with an interception there to Daizo, who's looking for Joven Bedic there. Alasan versus Joven. Mendiola wins the ball. Here's Hamid Ajamedi now. Long pass. Through ball for Altiche. He was using the body there, and foul on Aaron Altiche.
Felt that Aaron there was just using his years and years of experience at this level. Didn't think there was too much in that. Probably knew that the younger legs had an advantage on him. A little pull on the shirt. Thought he was the blind side of the referee.
That is a foul for Aaron Altiche, and he'll be hoping to do better than that out here. Cristal now for Mendiola, intercepted by Curran. Making inroads down the right side. And Mendiola will clear that ball away once again.
Well, Jesse's stint in T1, the last time he was there, he was probably the best and most exciting right-sided player. Got loads of pace and can really deliver the ball into the box of quality.
He'll be hoping to bring that quality of games or his stature out here in the Philippines now that he's with Kaya FC-Iloilo. Quite an acquisition for Kaya FC, if you ask me, Darren. One of the key players who replaced Angeles, who's the midfield general, and he's going to be stepping in those shoes.
Yeah, well, predominantly a wide player, and of course, having options out wide is excellent. And he's looking fit. He's looking as if he's ready to play and contribute towards Kaya's campaign in this Copa. And of course, when you've got players on the bench who have a little bit of flair and a little bit of vision, should be a good match having players like Jesse and of course one of the players who's not playing today, which is Harvey Gioso. Plenty of pace and options out wide for Kaya.
Here's a corner for Kaya. Menzi with the header there just goes out for a throw-in. Let me take this opportunity, Darren, to greet some of our viewers, of course. Dear friend of mine, Paolo, watching the stream. I don't know if he's watching from Facebook or YouTube, but thanks for watching. And kung meron pa kayong mga gustong ipabati, of course, you, Darren, if you have someone you want to greet in the stream, we can finally do it.
Well, it's good to see the Philippine audience is growing again in and around the football, and I know that this is going to be an interesting game for people to watch. And it's one of those things where this cup really brings out a good style of football. It's not a double round robin league. It's pretty much you do well or you go home at some point in this competition.
And as you've said, that challenge from Cristal escapes booking there, but just a soft challenge on Curran. Here he is again, spreading that ball out wide to Diano, who had a fair share of duel against his former teammate Jim Ashley Flores. But here's Daizo Orikoshi now, defended well. Another corner for Kaya FC. I think that's their third of the match.
Yeah, slowly trying to pile the pressure on now. Kaya are able to produce attacks which are leading to set pieces, corners, and now they just got to really capitalise on the possession that they're starting to build into the game.
KFC planning for a short corner there, but it was covered by Hajimari. So they'll go for an outswinger here. But let's take a look on the possession right now for KFC, 55-45. This is what we've been talking about before the match, Darren. They'll be holding more on the ball and trying to make it work for them.
Yeah, the possession stats will be slowly showing Kai getting on top of the game. I thought in the first 10 minutes, Mendiola really did have a big share on the ball as well. So just wait to see how the game plays out over the next 5-10 minutes. Kai just need to pick up the tempo a little bit, maybe work Mendiola a little bit harder off the ball and try to open up the game a little bit more.
Do you think it's too early to say that finally after 2 matches in the Copa, we could say that Mendiola FC 1991 now knows how to be comfortable with the ball whenever they have it?
I don't think it was a case that Mendiola were never comfortable on the ball. I think it was a case of they weren't capable of adjusting to game scenarios. They come into the games well prepared. It looks as if their training's been good and they have rhythm and pattern in their play, but they were not adjusting very well to the way that the other teams were adjusting during the game. So just making sure that they get their phases during the game right. They've done their first 15 minutes. Now, what's next for Mendiola? How are they going to play when Kaya start getting more possession on the ball? How will they adapt?
They'll be hoping for more of the same as what they've done against United City FC. But the question is how they're going to be able to convert their chances whenever they have it. They had plenty of chances at the early minutes of the match. We've seen a couple already for them. It's kind of identical to how they've actually performed against United City FC. But before we go to that, we have a player down. I think that's Kim Min-soo, who is down on the pitch.
Yes, 2 Mendiola players went up for the ball at the same time, and it looks as if they possibly clashed heads. So for those of you who are watching, if you're not as accustomed to the rules of the game, if the referee is blowing his whistle and you may not understand what it's for, that is because for any head injury, the game is immediately stopped and the player is tended to. And of course, for those of you who have been following the sport, just want to wish Neil Etheridge, our national team goalkeeper, a speedy recovery, who took a big knock in his game the other day in the championship.
We'll be hoping for a speedy recovery from him, especially that he'll be one of the key players as well if he's going to be called up for the next international window for the Philippine Ascals, as the next round of the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers is just around the corner. I think it's going to resume in June or July. So we'll be hoping that we'll have Neil Etheridge on our side during those games. So Kim Min-soo looks like he's fine now, but he's still reeling off that collision with his teammate. And we go again with Kaya FC-Iloilo. I have a feeling that Mendiola FC had the better of the chances between the two. Looks like they're going for it again here as Sam Jr. against 3 players in yellow. Could not find anyone there. And they're going to start again from the back. This has been the thing that Kaya FC has been doing. And as quick as that, they've swung it over to the right side with Mar Diano.
And that really is the difference between the two sides. When Kaya pass it forwards, they've got 3-4 players forwards.
Mendy to the middle, cleared away. Curran to Diano. Challenge on Sam. No foul there, says the referee. Looking for the through pass for Junior. Intercepted by Fuji. Trying to find their options here. Kaya. Rota with the ball to their midfield general, Jesse Curran out here. Mendy cuts back in with a strike with his left foot, straight to Michael Asong.
Well, I'm pretty sharp on tactical changes, part of my job, I guess, away from the commentary booth. And it looks as if Kaya's got a formation which allows Jesse to go inside as well, which pushes Simone Rota to centre back, and then Mardiano is the one who's pushing up high and wide on the right. I shouldn't really say too much. I'm pretty sure that Kaya work on a lot of these things, and it's good to see, players producing exactly what the coaching staff want.
And I think this is one of the things that you've been talking about, Darren, how Kaya FC quickly adjusts to the flow of the match, to how their opponents are squaring up against them. And this is one of the things that younger viewers need to learn and need to be exposed to more chances like this. As we have a foul though, Flores against Menzi.
Yeah, so what the other clubs really need to be looking at now is what was the trigger which pulled Jesse away from right wing into the middle of the park. I mean, that's what makes football interesting. It's not just a game of rushing and kicking the ball forwards anymore in the Philippines. It really is becoming a better technical and tactical game, and we just hope that the younger generation watches and keeps learning from these games and the good points and the bad points of the coaching.
There's a chance for Kaya though. Another one, Horikoshi! What a save there by Mike Elasong. Whenever he's called upon, he's out there making the saves for Mendiola FC 1991. Take a look at that strike again. Melisa with the free kick. No one got there, but Daiso Horikoshi with a strike from distance was aiming for the far right corner, but Asong was just alert to the possibility.
It's a top draw shot and it's a top draw save. Danger's not over for Mendiola.
Gets to it again. Asong made a mistake on that corner attempt from Kaya, but made it again to save another goal scoring opportunity. But they will still be under pressure for another corner here from Kaya.
Misjudged the flight of the ball there, Asong, but made up for it. And again, I've said it before, danger's still not over for Mendiola. Ball coming into the box again, swung in left-footed.
Asong tapped it. This time he judged it well. He punched that out, and somebody got a touch to it, so I think it's going to be a goal kick for them. But Asong is down. Some needing some medical attention out here. So let's take a look at that again. An in-swinger here from Melisa. Got his fingertips to it. A deflection out from Rota. But there was a challenge, I think, that came from Mendy, which sent Asong to the ground right now. So Asong still. Out comes the magic spray. He'll be feeling better now, but I'm sure he's going to be feeling that in the morning.
Well, the magic spray works, and for the more mature viewers out there, it just used to be a bucket of water and a sponge. Of course, hygiene, we don't, promote people to use that these days, but when we were growing up, it was just a very, very cold bucket of water. They threw that on you and you just got on with it.
Here in the Philippines, you just get an ice pack. They put it on a plastic bag and they just put it where the injury is, and after 2 or 3 minutes you're running inside the field again. how science really brought us to this moment, Darren. Menzi now, calm and collected against Junior. Deflection. Referee says ball for Mendiola. Kaya FC pleading their case here. His intention was to pass the ball forward, but referee Meliton Pelayo might have seen a touch there or a deflection from him as well. Here is again a duel against Flores. Flores wins it. Fuji wins it against him. Strong challenge on Menzi with Jim Ashley Flores, and he's being called here by referee Meliton Pelayo. And a yellow card, second yellow card for Mendiola FC. Now against their team captain, Jim Ashley Flores.
Most certainly a late challenge. It was off the ball as well. Ball had already been played, so no complaints really. Perhaps just a little bit of frustration in the build-up. It was a little bit physical. But I think Menzi sometimes he's got to release the ball a little bit earlier. Not on this occasion, but really a lot of the play built up from him not releasing the ball. Most certainly was late.
That was late, and that really warranted a yellow card. So 30 minutes into this game, Mendiola FC with 2 yellow cards already. Kaya FC with the ball once again out here for Marvin Santiano. Jovin Bedic for G. Almost intercepted there by Flores. Kuran against Altiche. Horikoshi with the flick. Looking for Mendy, but that's cleared away. Menzi now. Playing more of a forward position for Kaya. Great through ball for Horikoshi. As long as he keeps it down. Menzi with the cross. Cleared once again. Hit Meliton Pelayo.
Now this is where you see the implementation of the new rules, where if the ball strikes the official in play, then they wait to see, they count an advantage, and they give the ball to the team which would have had the advantage from the contact on the official.
Some officiating knowledge there for you, courtesy of Darren Hartman. Cross, that just goes out for a goal kick. Corner count piling up now for Kaya FC-Iloilo. They've had 5 corners already in this game, but haven't made the most out of it.
Yeah, and going back to the officials and the way that the game is changing. It's changing for the better. They take into consideration what will make the game better, not just for the players, not just for the fans, but of course also for the officials. So the rule change with the ball striking the officials was done to stop people retaliating against the officials when it does happen, because they were getting the rough side of the treatment in open play when the ball was striking them.
Quite a lot of people actually watching our stream. We have a couple out here. Francis, who's watching all the way from London. One game he was actually showing us a picture of his phone, pointing. He's showing the stream, and then the background was actually Wembley. So we're going global this time around.
Of course, Wembley Stadium is the home stadium of the England national team.
Kaya FC trying to go for another chance out here with Horikoshi. Great feed out there. Cleared away once again. Another corner for Kaya. That's their sixth.
Mendiola will not be unhappy with the scoreline at the moment. Perhaps they may be a little bit unhappy with the 2 yellow cards and losing a little bit of the hold on the game. And they're defending now these corners with 15 minutes to go with every single player back in the box.
Header there. Duel inside the box. Mitchell. Wade clears it. Here's Melisa once again with the ball. Headed away by Altice. Counter-attack time for the men in red and white. Diano is there to cover. So Mendiola, with 33 minutes into this game, they'd really be happy holding the cup champions to a 0-0 scoreline as of the moment. Just like what they've done in their game against United City FC, they were being tested by the league champions, and when the second half came in, they knew that United City FC is not on their usual form, and that's where they've been trying to go for the kill. It's just that they were missing a goal there. On the other hand, here's Mendiola again with Flores. His intention was a cross, but that went wide over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, just been Ashley Flores' season so far, really getting into good areas but not able to produce the quality that he needs to produce. That being said, it is a difficult task up there, sometimes isolated, sometimes 2 of you, because Mendiola are playing with a pretty much flat back 5, but this time Kaya broken through that back 5.
Mendy almost getting his foot to it. Alassane Wade using his brute force there to clear the ball out for a corner. Horikoshi against Wade during that time. Horikoshi looking to add more to his goal tally. He has 2 goals in this tournament already. He's joint top scorer with Ivan Uwano and Ricky Sendra from United City FC. So Wade right now, that's the ice pack that we were talking about earlier, Darren. So they'll be a man down temporarily out here for a corner, Mendiola.
Kaya should look to take advantage about the big man at the back.
Their intention was to look for that man at the back, but was cleared away once again. Decent weather here inside the PFF National Training Center. We have a few fans out here as well. Threat of rain earlier, but that has already got out of the wind. Great skill there from Menzi. Too strong for Horikoshi to have a touch. And Mendiola will breathe a sigh of relief out there. Poor touch there from Cristal. Wins a throw-in for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Mendy. Cleared again by Mendiola. Altice. Horikoshi. Through pass looking for Mendy. Just a touch late. And it could have been scoring for Kaya already.
Good running off the ball by Mendy, and Daiso managed to find him. Just couldn't find the perfect weight of pass. It was a good pass, but it wasn't quite weighted enough. And Mendiola trying to enjoy a little bit of possession. but stripped and now having to deal with a counter-attack.
Jesse crowded by 3 players in red. There is a foul. And referee Meliton Palayo gives the ball to Kaya FC-Iloilo after that challenge on Jesse Curran. Crowded by 3 players from Mendiola. So here they go again. Kaya. Horikoshi tried to flick it over Kim Min-soo. Sam Jr. now chasing for the ball. Just touch strong for Jr. But he acknowledges the pass from Kim Min-soo. Hamid, of course, looking to make an impact here for Mendiola. He's been around the Philippine club football scene for many, many years now. Been a part of that semifinal squad for Mendiola back in 2019. And he'll be hoping to give more to Mendiola this time around. Mandy finds Menzi. Through pass now. Curran now playing over the left side. Good clearance there. A touch. Last deflection says for Curran, and Mendiola wins a throw-in. Good exchange of passes here for Mendiola. Hamed. Throw in again for Mendiola. Junior headed away by Rota. Pressure is mounting now. And Mendiola is trying to go for that first goal against Kaya here in this tournament. Here's De La Torre to Salilig. Salilig and Melisa. Foul against Melisa. The old and the new generation of Far Eastern University players out there. Melisa, of course, part of the championship winning team for FEU. And Salilig coming in from the Far Eastern University program as well. Just goes to show how collegiate football made things better for Philippine football out here, Darren.
I think what we need to remember is that the scouting network of these teams is provincial based. So there are exceptions, of course, of players in Metro Manila, but it's great to see so many provinces getting the opportunity to now showcase their talent in the Alcantara Cup.
What a through ball there from Mendy. Asong is out of his own box. And he covered the ball well enough for a goal kick. Asong playing a little bit of a keeper-sweeper role out here. If the last man is not there for him, he's just going to go out of his box and just try to clear the lines for them.
The role of a modern goalkeeper, as you would say, need to be good defensively, need to stay switched on in transition, and of course need to be comfortable with the ball at his feet as well.
Junior. Great header there. Looking for Altiche. The pairing of Flores and Altiche goes way, way back for Mendiola out here. They've been together long enough to form a strong relationship between the two of them. Meanwhile, here's Menzi looking for Horikoshi into the middle. Cleared out for another corner here for Kaya.
And one of the differences with this Mendiola setup is that they've managed to keep Suba on the bench, which gives them that option of having an impact player. So if they do feel that it's the time to push and try to get their goal, they can do it. Because at the moment, Mendiola are happy to keep the game at this sort of tempo.
A source of second wind for Mendiola out there. Of course, his pace is very good as well with the ball. So that's one thing that they'll be using the latter stages of the game. But we have a corner here for Kaya. Melisa to take it. Header out there again. Goal kick for Mendiola. Want to give a quick shout out as well before this or after this replay of that chance. Rota almost just couldn't head it to the right path, but want to give a quick shout out to our Philippine women's national football team who have won their second international friendly match against Fiji via 8-0. Their first game was 7-2 against the same team. So scored 15 goals over the last 2 friendly matches.
Yeah, and it's very exciting for Philippine football, the way that the women have been able to spearhead the development at that international stage. And of course, everyone here wishes them the best of luck, and we encourage people to go out to Australia and watch the World Cup finals. It's the first time that we've had a Philippine team represent at that level, and it truly is a special moment. I myself, my personal feelings on it, as a girl dad of 3, I really hope that I can get out there and watch and bring my girls to watch, because it is a true inspiration to all of Philippine football and to women everywhere.
Yeah, I really feel you out there, Darren. Me and my daughter was actually watching some of the highlights of the 2019 Women's World Cup the other day, and I actually showed her the quarterfinal match between Philippines and Chinese Taipei. So future is bright for our young ladies out here in the Philippines with the Filipinas. Minute left here, back into action at the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. Mendiola FC 1991 holding the Cup champions to a scoreless first half so far. But the danger is here as Horikoshi feeds a through ball to Jesse Curran into the middle there. Missing almost everyone. Fuji with a strike. Danger is still on as Bedic finds Mendy, but was just too late for that pass. And Asong will hold on to that dear ball.
Well constructed build up by Kaya. And of course that would have been a terrible time for Mendiola to concede just before the half-time whistle.
Junior. Altiche. Offside again, says the referee. And we will have 2 minutes of added time here in the second half. There you go. Been interesting so far here in this game, Darren. Mendiola really holding the fort well against the Cup champions. Meanwhile, Kaya just missing out on those final balls out there.
Yeah, really just continuing on from the patterns in the last game. Kyra playing well, but at the moment unable to create in the final third. And Mendiola have just stuck to their guns, really. Kept it simple, kept it compact at the back, and made it difficult for Kaya to break down. I'm sure there will be tactical changes at half-time.
Bodies flying everywhere here as Kaya won another free kick. Taken quickly. Rio Faji now. Long distance strike. Just went wide. But Asang could have got it all covered out there.
Good strike. Bounced at a good moment. Potentially could have been difficult for the goalkeeper. Although it was on target. It was off target.
That could have been the last sequence in this first half as Michael Asong will resume play here for a goal kick. Rota is down on that challenge on Junior. Play goes on as Mendiola tries to win the ball. Through pass. Offside again. That is the third offside for Aaron Altiche. Intention was good for them, but the run of Altiche is just too early for those passes.
Mistimed his run. But it's good to see Mendiola just pushing hard and high for the last couple of minutes of added time in that first half. And the first half whistle's blown, and I don't think neither team will be 100% pleased with the way that they played, but neither team will complain about the result.
Yep, and of course, Mendiola will be very happy going into the locker rooms level with the cup champions out here, as Kaya is still figuring out how they're going to be able to score against Mendiola FC 1991, who's been defending really well in the early proceedings of the match. So as it stands, Mendiola FC 1991 nil, Kaya FC-Iloilo nil. We'll take a break and we'll get back into action later.
An opportunity here, and we've got our score of the match. Lisa Torrente to make it 3-0. opportunity here, and we've got our first goal of the match. Leaves it to Ramsey to make it 3-0.
We're back here at the PFF National Training Center here in Carmona, Cavite, as it stands. Mendiola FC 1991 nil, Kaya FC Iloilo nil. A decent first half for the men in red and white, replicating their first half against United City FC, holding the fort really well. As we take a look into some highlights of the match, here's the early chance from Melisa Minsu with a mistake there. Asong was just alert to the possibility, and here's the other chance, this time for Mendiola, just hitting the crossbar. And here's the long range strike from Fuji, or Horikoshi rather, just saved by Asong. Asong has been the beast of a goalkeeper here for Mendiola FC in the early proceedings of the game.
Yeah, he's been the busy of the two goalkeepers, and I think that both teams will regret not being more clinical in that first half. It hasn't been a boring 0-0. There have been plenty of opportunities that have been carved through, and you can see just how Kaya have been making use of their possession in terms of creating shots and forcing corners, but are yet to capitalise on the pressure that they've created and the opportunities that they've created. That will need to change for them. It's a pattern which I'm sure they don't want to fall into, but they are still yet to score more than one goal in this particular campaign.
It looked difficult for Kaya to score in the first half. They'll be hoping for a different second half out here. As we always say, Darren, football is a game of two halves, and of course, Kaya will be looking for a better transition of plays out here in the second half. But before we go into the second half here, some shout-outs for Mendiola FC 1991, courtesy of Miss Gay. If you're looking for football clinics, Mendiola FC 1991 has their own academy now. They are conducting a couple of clinics in Greenfields, in Santa Rosa, Village Sports Club in BF Homes, Parañaque, and in the University of Makati. If you want to join those clinics, make sure to drop by FC Mendiola 1991's Facebook page for more details. As we go into proceedings of the second half out here, Carlisle Mitchell will send that ball forward for Kuran, but cleared only as far as Horikoshi.
It's good to see all of these clubs really picking up, doing more for the youth. Youth football here is most certainly alive. It's good to see little football schools popping up here and there, and of course the PFL teams doing their thing as well to try to put structure in behind their clubs, and of course with that structure comes stability for future years of the PFL and for the Copa Paulino Alcantara.
Couldn't agree with you more on that, Darren. Future is bright for all of the players here in the Philippines with fixing the structures for the clubs out here. Of course, a couple of examples. Diano, who's played with Mendiola previously, had a stint with the Ascal's development team, now with Kaya FC-Iloilo. Horikoshi! Header out wide. First real threat in the first minute of the second half out here for Kaya FC-Iloilo.
Well, they've almost replicated the first half and created very, very early. And Mendiola lucky there to see that ball just glancing past the post, and if that had found the corner, that would have been 1-0 to Kaya. But Kaya still building up on the left-hand side. It's a great little stop there.
Side netting there for Horikoshi. Man on a mission here for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Commotion. Mendiola asking for a goal kick. And I think referee Meliton Pelayo says otherwise and gives a corner for Kaya FC. Daizo trying to score his third goal of the tournament and take that lead in the top scoring list. Here's the corner. Rota. Fuji to control the ball for Kaya FC. Curran to Bedik. Curran still with the ball. Takes a strike. Just goes wide. But another deflection calls for another corner for Kaya FC-Iloilo. 3 minutes into the second half. And we can really see the intention of Kaya FC-Iloilo now to get themselves ahead of Mendiola. As we take a look into that replay out here. Just a deflection there from the defender. Header from Bedik. Cleared away by Cristal only as far as Curran. Curran against Flores. And that will go out for a goal kick. Finally for Mendiola to breathe a sigh of relief here.
Yeah, both Mitchell and Rota are yet to be in their own half. Just a huge amount of pressure being applied to Mendiola early in this second half, and you say that football is a game of two halves, and it'd be really interesting to hear exactly what was said from Kaya's coaching staff at half time. But it looks as if it was a little bit of a wake-up call to try to get the tempo up higher and create more pressure.
Mendiola will really feel that pressure mounting for them now as Kaya FC are putting their foot on the pedal. Cristal clears it. Fuji against Hajimari wins it. Here's Fuji now. Still with the ball is Fuji. Past 1, 2, 3. Here's Mendy with a strike. What a save there by Asong again. Horikoshi. Betty with a strike. High, wide, and not so handsome for the team captain.
And they survive another flurry of opportunities forced by Kaya. What a great save. And then Daiso there just trying to produce a little bit of magic on the edge of the box was also snuffed out by the defending of Mendiola. Great save, parried it into a dangerous position. And then Daiso trying all sorts of trickery, but Wade just standing his ground, making it difficult. It's a brave little header before Bedik just squeezed it over the bar.
Almost a chance for Mendiola though to go for the counter-attack. Foul against Mendiola, and Kaya FC wins a free kick. Ito na, Darren, may mga pumapasok na mga pa-shoutout sa atin. Shoutout to one of the academy players of Kaya FC Iloilo, Julian Borromeo and Dave Ignacio. Both players coming in from the youth of Kaya FC. I think Dave is from Laos, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me on that one, Dave. Shoutouts to you, young boys watching game with the big boys out here. Offside called by the referee. Menzi, one of the key figures for Kaya FC Iloilo over the past couple of years for them. He scored that goal that sent Kaya FC into their debut in the AFC Champions League. And he's looking to be more productive here in the second half of the Copa Paulino Alcantara encounter against Mendiola. Minsu with a poor touch there. Mendy with the ball. Here's Meliza. Into the middle for Mendy. Too strong for him, and that will be Asong's ball to handle now. Confusion out here, but a throw in for Kaya. 52 minutes into the game, Darren, anong masasabi mo ngayon with Mendiola FC holding the fort really well against Kaya?
Well, for me, it really is all part of Mendiola's game plan, but it'd be interesting to see whether or not they change. And when they change, they are bringing their lines up a little bit slow at the moment, which is causing Kaya
Almost there.
to have an easier time in transition. And really, they need to be working Kaya harder and pushing their very solid back five up quicker, just to keep Kaya a little bit on the back foot. If not, every time Kaya get the ball, they're attacking.
Here's Mendiola now, trying to go for the attack. Diano covered his former teammate out there, but Junior gets the ball again. Through pass for Aaron Alticha to chase against his former teammate once again, and Diano wins that duel. Mendy against Jimson Cristal. Mendy was almost on the clear, but just touches that ball out for a throw-in.
That's a good, strong tackle against the physical presence of Mendy. Quite often, when you go into the challenge and you're the size of Mendy, you're able to keep momentum of the ball just by basic football percentages, really. But it's a good, strong tackle.
Horikoshi, poor first touch, cleared away by Mendiola. Hamed against Fuji. Hamed's down, and a free kick for Mendiola FC 1991.
And it's little moments like this which Mendiola are grateful for, an opportunity just to slow the game down, walk their tiring back four, back five up, and try to enjoy a little bit of ball possession before it comes straight back to them.
And speaking of going straight back to them, here's Mendy with a through ball coming from Jesse Curran. Holds it, and the clearance once again for a corner for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Gives us a chance for our greetings. Arian Olis Duyungan, shout out for watching this game. Of course, Paulo Sebastian showing his support for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Share this stream if you want your friends to know more about local football out here. Melisa. Here's Menzi, who's playing a little bit up front now for Kaya. Sam Jr. against Fuji. What a great interception there from Fuji. Chance now for Kaya FC with Daiso Horikoshi. Out wide again.
Perhaps sometimes Kaya are looking for too perfect a goal. I mean, in situations like this, if you can just snap off 10, 15 shots in this half, you're likely to win the game. If you're trying to keep building and keep trying to construct the perfect goal, it may not happen for you. And Mendiola can go back to their roots, and that's being a counter-attack team.
Ashley Flores now with the ball. Counter-attack time for Mendiola. 3 players in red out there. Alassane Wade! Great defending there by Carlisle Mitchell. Saves the blushes of Zach Banzon. Wade is down. We'll check on that chance once again. But as you were talking about Mendiola FC making the most of their chances, that one almost a goal scoring opportunity for them.
And I think Mendiola are slowly winning the hearts of the Filipino football fans with heroics like that, just against the run of play, trying to make something happen. And of course also maybe winning the hearts of teams who are, second, third and fourth place contenders in this competition as well. This game will most certainly change tempo and have a very different feel about it if any team was to score now.
So Mendiola still with the ball out there. Hamed Hajimadi fakes it. Now sends it inside the box for Junior. Tussle between Mitchell. Zach Banzon is down after Junior impedes his way. But a free kick for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Dami namang nanonood sa atin, Darren. Someone from Negros Occidental, Advent John Ray Sendico. Shoutouts to you for watching this game. A lot of people now coming into our live stream of this game, and really makes me smile seeing a lot of people watching local football out here. Shniboy Podimonte, you can hear him on the touchline, asking for more pressure from his defense. And now we have a crowd shot out there. I think these are one of your boys, Darren.
Yeah, that's Sam Taylor, who was the under-16 national team captain pre-COVID, and of course preparing for his U19 campaign as well. And he's joined there by a former Kaya Academy player, now training with us. That's Diego Espiras. And they are the infamous tea club. That's an inside joke. People have been joining me for cups of tea in between training sessions. And very good players. Actually, they've got teammates out here, not featuring in the game, but Kaya, Sam Ilagan, who's like their third choice goalkeeper from the same program. And of course, on the other side as well, we have Jaime Mitra, who's featured already in some of these games. So it's good to see younger players watching games. And of course, if you're at home and you want to come and watch, now is the opportunity. It's been 2 years that you've not been able to come and see the next level of the sport. And whether you're an academy player or not at one of these clubs, or whether you're just starting and just learning about the sport, come down and watch, because when you see the next level, it really will inspire you to want to push harder and try to reach it.
And of course, Darren, masayang atmosphere dito sa Carmona, dito sa PFF National Training Center. You get to see your teammates, same as your opponents as well, during the times that you were playing in pocket tournaments, grassroots tournaments. So come down here at the PFF National Training Center if you want to catch some football action here at the Copa Paulino Alcantara. And also, we have a lot of people watching from the provinces, like what mentioned earlier. Advent John Ray watching CPSCU FC, and we have a couple from Iloilo, but let's hold on that as Kaya FC, your team. Well, Coran mistouched that, and time now for us to greet some of the fans from Iloilo, Glenda Lee and Romel Lago. So, dami nanonood sa atin, Darren.
Yeah, it's really good to see. And of course, once people start trickling back into the stadiums, and once the fan bases start growing again to the heights that we know that Philippine football can reach, and the teams are taking 14 shots, 3 shots, with fans in behind these players, the conversion rate is going to be higher, the tempo is going to be better. So come out and wear your colours, support your team, and let's see which team has got the biggest and most passionate group of fans.
Kaya FC racking up the shots out there, 14-3 against Mendiola. But what's very important on that stat is if they can convert it into a goal, as Daiso Horikoshi now. Here's Melisa with a strike! Over the bar! What a strike there from Janjan Melisa, almost making it into the goal. It just went over the bar there. Let's take a look at that again. Horikoshi fed that well to Melisa. Just too much power from the former FEU standout there.
And it's the first time really that Mendiola haven't been able to either stop the ball being cut back, or a little bit lax on their marking of the 10 arriving late into the box. And while all that was happening, Kaya are preparing to make their first changes of the game and try to play themselves into scoring their first goal by introducing a little bit of creativity into the middle of the park.
Players down for Mendiola. That's Jim Ashley Flores. It'll give some time for Kaya FC to bring in their substitute out here. Arnel Nano Amita coming in for Jovin Bedic, the team captain. This is going to be interesting. Amita plays more of a midfield position, whereas Jovin plays more in the winger forward position. How do you think Amita's going to step into the plate for Jovin out here?
Well, the pattern of play that we saw when Kaya last featured against United City was using Amita as a more creative player, a little bit further up the pitch. And then the next tactical move that they've been making is, of course, introducing, while we've been talking about a lot youth football, is the young player in Sandro Reyes to also add creativity in the latter parts of the game. So with just over 25 minutes to go, I think that's all that's missing from Kaya's game, is a little bit of creativity, something a little bit different in the final third. And while that's being said, it looks as if Mendiola will piggyback off the substitution of Kaya as well and make their own changes.
Aaron Altiche will be subbed off by Jerome Marzan, former player of the Ascal's development team, now playing for Mendiola FC 1991, who I'm pretty sure had his roots as well with Mendiola. Played in the, I think, 2018 season for Mendiola. Now he's back, stronger than ever. So both forwards from each side now subbed off for a more creative chance or goal-scoring opportunities out here, Darren. And let's see how that will pan out through the rest of the game. Carlisle Mitchell. Clearance out there by Zabala. Chance now for Kaya through this throw in. Mendy being covered by Cristal. Poor pass out there from Diano. Good thing that Carlisle Mitchell is there. Here's Amita, first touches of the ball after his introduction. Curran. Overload given to Diano. Across. Asong punches it out. They have the ball again. Kaya. Diano with a quick turn. Holds on to that ball. Great through pass for Curran into the middle. Looking for Horikoshi. Missed the flick. And Horikoshi was saying, Mendy, you should have been there. That was just a dummy run. But they still have a chance here for a throw-in. We can hear Coach Nimoy Pedimondi down the touchline barking some orders to their defenders. I think what he was trying to say out there is that they could have defended that cross a little bit better than what they've performed out there.
Yeah, it's the second time in this half which they've kind of been caught a little bit in terms of reacting to the situation. And of course, tired legs start to show. And Kaya really are loaded in terms of attacking options later in the game. So Mendiola need to change something if they're going to stay in this game. It's any man's game when it comes to this phase of the game, but you would like to think with the sort of personnel available to Kaya that they can make the changes that they need to make to force that goal. But the questions need to be asked: why Kaya in this situation? Why are Kaya not leading yet in this game?
Still a question needs to be answered by Coach Yu Oshida and Kaya FC-Iloilo as introductions of Fitch Arboleda as Mar Vincent Diano is down on the touchline out there, hoping for not a serious injury for that young man in yellow. But here's Kaya FC now. Fitch Arboleda is quite cold. Just introduced into this game. First missed pass out there, but he's going to shake that off.
Let's see if Armita slowly drifts into the middle of the park and whether or not Daiso goes onto the left wing, or is Daiso being deployed as a 10 playing in behind Mendy up front.
by the looks of their current formation. That's how it's playing out for them. Melissa taken down by Cristal, and a free kick for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Getting closer and closer now, and a scoring opportunity is Kaya. Here's Rota, one of the veterans for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Long ball, intercepted by Hamid Hajimadi. Here's Sam Jr. asking for a foul there. Referee says play on as Arnel Amita controls the pace of the game for Kaya. Mendy, clearance out there. You need to head that out. They couldn't. Horikoshi with the ball and a strike. Saved by Asong. Missed clearance. And Janjan Melisa scored the opener for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Finally, Kaya FC-Iloilo scores in the game. And that will truly change the dynamics of this match as Kaya FC-Iloilo puts themselves ahead of Mendiola FC 1991.
Well, he was saying that Mendiola's lines were getting forced deeper and deeper and deeper, and that was just allowing Kaya to leave men forwards and gamble. And this situation, with the number of players in the box for Kaya in the last 2 or 3 attacking phases, they were always going to get on something. It was just going to be a matter of time. And there they are now. They find themselves 1-0 up in this game with a little over 20 minutes to play.
Former FEU standout, part of the championship winning team, Janjan Melisa now gets his scoring prowess in display for Kaya FC-Iloilo thanks to that poor clearance. I think that was from Zabala or De La Torre. We have to check that later. But here's another chance for Kaya FC, looking for the quick double out here. Long pass for Amita, his batchmates with FEU. Nano again, into the middle. Arboleda, cleared out by Zabala. Hajimai, covered by 2 players in yellow. Ball goes out for a throw-in. Coach Yu Ashida shuffled his cards decently here in the second half. Janjan Melisa scoring here, and Fitch Arboleda also part of the UAAP community with the University of the East. So things are doing pretty good now for Kaya FC. 1-0 lead, 17 minutes into this game.
Now, one of the criticisms that I've had of Mendiola is changing the way that they play given the situation that they find themselves in. And will Mendiola be able to change and get themselves back into this game as Kaya continue to try to build on the momentum that they found after that first goal, that breakthrough goal through Janjan Melisa?
Kaya will slow things down, but they're going to play that ball out as De La Torre is down. He was trying to go for the clearance out there earlier, but was clipped. He's going to get back up. So their coach Yuoshi, they really made a great substitution out here, infusing 2 pacey players in Nano Amita and Fitch Arboleda. With that goal, Darren, Kaya FC-Iloilo finds themselves just a point down from UCFC in the standings. And speaking of UCFC, Darren, Coach Edward Sacapano watching this game as well. Hope you're safe out there. I'm not sure if they're already in Thailand, but yeah. Stay safe out there, and we wish you well. Interception again for Kaya FC. For G with Jesse Curran. Here's a through pass once again. Arboleda looking for Mendy in the middle. Marzan through pass, covered well by Arboleda. Here's Curran down the line. Alassane Wade with the clearance. Melisa got a touch to it. And Mendy will go for the ball. Now he takes it back to Rota. Melisa through pass. Short cross there. Fuji with a second ball. Melisa tries to go for the double. Blocked by the defense out there of Mendiola FC 1991. Hamid against Arboleda. Poor pass there. And that'll be a foul against Melisa. Free kick for Mendiola FC 1991.
Yeah, getting pinned in a little bit there, Mendiola. Unable to play out, and they'd be grateful to have this free kick. An opportunity just to reset and try to play the ball forwards and get themselves into this game more in terms of the way that they're attacking and taking the game to Kaya. It's been very one way for the last 10-15 minutes.
Still have 16 minutes to equalize out here. Plenty of time for Mendiola to grab another point against one of the biggest clubs out here in the Philippines. Junior now with the ball cleared away. Only as far as Horikoshi. A foul against Zabala. And it'll be a free kick again for Kaya. As Kaya was taking that free kick, Mendiola FC 1991 preparing for another substitution out here. After another dead ball, of course. Mitchell leaves that for Jesse. Diagonal pass looking for Menzi out there down the left side. Flores tries to keep it in play, but it goes out for a throw-in, and a chance now for them to bring in their substitutions. Franco de la Torres' day is done as he's going to be replaced by Miguel Artillera. And Kim Min-soo is going to be subbed off for Victor Carlos Felicia.
Just some fresh legs to try to match the fresh legs of Kaya. And perhaps Mendiola trying to put something together to try to get themselves on the score sheet and back into this game.
First touches for Felicia out there. Melisa against Felicia and Artillera. Mendy flicks it to Horikoshi. Alassane Wade is there. Menzi heads it to the path of Jerome Marzan. Intercepted by Kaya once again, and they go for the counterattack. Here's Robert Lopez Mendy. Still has to find his way into the scoring sheet into this tournament. Sam Jr. chasing that ball. Now he has Flores. Flores with a long strike over the bar. But welcoming signs for Mendiola FC 1991 as they're trying to test the keeper, trying to see if they could sneak in a goal or two.
Sometimes it only takes a moment to change a game. And perhaps just trying to build off the confidence of a shot or of a big tackle. Anything like that to try to get your team back into the game. And of course, when you're wearing the captain's armband, they're looking to you for big moments as well. You've got to step up in those big moments and Mendiola really needs someone to step up at the moment.
13 minutes remaining in this game. Mendiola FC 1991 still trying to figure out how they're going to score a goal here, or at least to limit the damage. But they have another opportunity there. Missed, though. Look at the shots on target there. And 11 for Kaya FC. Just 1 for Mendiola FC 1991. Only one of those on target was converted to a goal. And this is what we were talking about. Kaya just looking for perfection, to say the least, to score a goal there.
That percentage stat is much better, though, than when in their first few outings where they struggled to hit the target. But that's a really nice bit of build-up play. Just drifting offside on the left-hand side, Armita, who's brought a little bit of energy into the Kaya's attacking options since he come on.
They're now finding their rhythm out here and, looking for more opportunities on goal. On the other hand, Mendiola FC will be looking to just at least get a point. Getting a point against the Cup champions will be huge again for Mendiola. Zabala missed the first touch. Got the second and cleared it out for a throw-in. Just about 10-11 minutes remaining in this game. Could Kaya score another one and improve their goal difference in this tournament? Foul said by referee Meliton Pelayo in favor of Kaya FC. Ooh, clearance out there. Asong already read that, but that was cleared by Zabala. So another corner for Kaya FC. The corner count is just mounting for Kaya FC out here.
Yes, and with 10 minutes to go, you can kind of feel that there could be another goal in this game, and it's most likely to be for the team in yellow. The number of corners that they've had is incredible.
Let's see if they can convert another goal out here from this corner. Mitchell with the header. Just over the bar there. Of course, after this game, Darren, we'll see the Ascos development team taking on Stallion Laguna FC. Their first game in the tournament. And we'll be looking to have an exciting match later.
Stallions are a very well prepared team this time around, made some really interesting signings as well in the transfer window, so they will be eager to get their campaign off to a strong start against the young ADT side. So I hope that those of you who are watching, just go and get your dinner, get your snacks in, and then come and watch another thrilling game here in Carmona.
And I think Stallion will be matching the youthful side of ADT, as they've signed plenty of young players as well on their side, which we'll feature later. An interesting substitution on the wings here for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Probably one of the substitutions that our viewers have been waiting for. We'll have to wait for the next deadbolt for that, folks. Jan Meliza, the goal scorer, with the ball through pass for Robert Lopez Mendy. Alasan Wade with a challenge, taken down. Free kick for Mendiola, as Mendy was called for simulation there. And a yellow card to follow for Robert Lopez Mendy.
That's one of those situations where if the referee's blowing his whistle, he's got to book somebody. And in that situation, he's deemed that he's gone over too easily.
Yeah. Referee Meliton Pelayo knew that Robert Lopez Mendy felt the touch, went to the ground, and gave that yellow card for simulation out there. And here we go. Substitution for Kaya FC Iloilo, the man that you've been waiting for. Sandra Reyes coming in for Rio Fuji, a like-for-like substitution now for Kaya. This is one of the things that you were talking about, Darren, an interesting substitution in the middle of the park. And I think Rio Fuji is nursing his left calf out there. So that's not too serious.
Yeah, looks in a little bit of discomfort as he comes off the pitch. Of course, we know a lot about this young man, Sandro Reyes. Creative, promising, and I think really just needs to settle into this Kaya setup and earn his minutes on the pitch. I mean, every time you move club, especially at a young age, there's still a degree of extra work that you're going to have to put in to try to, really earn the trust of the coaching staff. And today will be a great opportunity for Sandro to do that as he pushes the ball forwards.
Right on cue. Here's Robert Lopez-Mendy again with the ball. Sandro Reyes waiting for the ball in the middle. Michael Lasson with an easy save out there. So before the match, we were talking with the general manager, Paul Tolentino of Kaya FC-Iloilo. Sandro Reyes learning the ropes, learning the basics of Kaya, and just trying to get in his fundamentals as well for the team. Such a young, talented player he is. Commotion out there between Sam Jr. and Carlisle Mitchell. They've been at it since the start of the game, and of course with tensions flaring up towards the final minutes of the match. And I believe some frustration already from Sam Jr. creeping in. So a little bit of talking from coach or from referee Meliton Pelayo, just calming things down between the two of them.
You've just got to think here, what if Mendiola creates something from this free kick?
Let's see what they can produce with Hamid Hajimari with a free kick straight to the arms of Zach Banzon.
Well, it found its way through. It just needed a little touch, a little glance, deflection on there, something to make it harder for Kaya. But now Kaya going to have the opportunity to build up from the back again. Great pass forwards.
Meleza is onside there. Calls Asong, but what a clearance out there. I think that was Cristal, or rather that was Salili with a great clearance. The old guard of Far Eastern University and cleared out by the young guns of Far Eastern University out there. Let's take a look at that again. Meleza was on the clear. Asong was called into action. And Salili with a great clearance. Here's the corner. What a save again from Michael Asong. Menzi thought he scored this goal, but Michael Asong says, no dice.
And again, keeping his side in the game. Tipped it over. Another corner coming in. It's a good ball in. And Asong's there again to reach it. Nice early play out. And Hamid's turn. Hamid Hajimedi is going to chase it down and try to bring his team up and create a little bit of pressure if they can. I know their legs are tired.
As the floodlights have turned on here at the PFF National Training Center, with it comes the action in the Copa Paulino Alcantara between Kaya FC-Iloilo and Mendiola FC. Kaya leading a goal over Mendiola. If you missed that, that was Janjan Meliza, who scored it earlier. Player is down out here for Kaya. That was Daiso Horikoshi.
And we're falling into the final moments of this game. Mendiola having to deal with another corner. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving in the box. It's been that way for the last 10-15 minutes.
Referee Meliton Palayo called into action once again. Here's a delivery. Mitchell got his head to it. Mendy tried to go for the bicycle. Just missed the pedal out there. Out for a goal kick for Mendiola. 2 minutes remaining plus some added time to equalize. Meliza to Curran. Here's Sandro Reyes against two. Sandro faking it, takes it. Blocked out there. Here's Jesse Curran on the other hand. Menzi. Long ball to Mendy. Sandro. Cleared out. Two quick fire goal scoring opportunities out there for Reyes. Couldn't convert, but they have another chance here with Mendy. Mendy, and that's out for a throw in. Players down for Mendiola, Jimson Cristal. I think the fatigue is creeping in already in this young lad. He's been starting most of the matches for Mendiola FC. As it was announced, 3 minutes. But yeah, Cristal just feeling the fatigue of the last few matches now.
Yeah, he's been struggling with cramps for the last third of this game, really. He's been asked a lot. There's been a lot of rotation on the right-hand side for Kai. Lots of fresh legs running at it as well. And Mendiola's game plan, they've done well to limit the score to 1. But I think when you come into these games, you can't just limit teams and hope for the best. You've also got to be putting in part of your planning into how can you get a goal, 2 goals. Because these top sides, with the amount of flair that they have coming off the bench and the extra pace that they have coming off the bench, find a way to break through.
Here's a through ball from Hamid Hajimadi to Flores. Saved out there.
You see, for me, I got to criticise there because there's been a couple of times in these games where players have got through on goal and instead of doing what's best for the team, they're doing what's best for themselves. And there, all you got to do is get your head up, at least pull the goalkeeper out of a 1-on-1 mindset, pull him into a 2-on-1 mindset,